Hey everyone, this is Lukas Schwekendiek, and today I want to talk to you about getting your life back on track. I get this question, I get a lot of people that I talk to via Quora, a lot that message me when I ask them how things are, and just a lot of questions as well on, feeling lost or feeling like life is not on track. And I try to answer that always in various different ways just to give people options, but most of the time it boils down to a few simple things to get your life back on track. So I want to try to explain these as best as I can to you. This might get complicated. If it does, please leave a comment below telling me where you lost me so that I can answer maybe in a follow-up video as well. Because this is an important subject and something that I really want people to understand. So let's get started. At the very beginning, the very first thing you want to consider is to accept that life is crap. You have to, at the beginning, understand that if you're not doing well, you're not doing well. Do not sugarcoat it. The more you sugarcoat it, the more you're avoiding taking responsibility for it. You're living passively as a victim of circumstance, as a victim of the situation, hoping, praying, wishing that life will somehow get better on its own. And while there are people that do get that lucky, it is such a tiny percentage that you cannot rely on that. Or rather, if you do rely on it, you're likely going to live a life that's not worth living. You're likely going to be very disappointed at the end. Because you may not be that fortunate. Most people aren't. 99.99999% of people aren't. And the last tiny fraction of a percent, they're the ones that win the lottery. They're the ones that get a lucky break. They're the ones that somehow, just get a free ride, so to speak. If you're not them, don't rely on it. It's just too tiny of a chance. If you do get it then anyway, great. But for now, just accept that your life is not where you want it to be. This is already probably the hardest step in this process, but one that is very, very crucial. Even if you're lost, accept that you're lost. Accept that you have nowhere to go. Accept that you may have wasted the last couple of years. Accept that you could have done things better. Accept that you are where you are, for better or for worse. And let that sink in, because it will suck. It's not a fun feeling. It's not a thing that's easy to accept. And that's why many people stay stuck. It's because they're not willing to accept it, and they're willing to say, it's fine. It's okay. When their friends ask them how they are, I'm fine. Even when they're really not. You don't have to explain this to other people, but at least to yourself, be honest. Okay. With that being said, understand that you are where you are right now, and you cannot change that in this very moment. In this moment, as you're watching this video, as you're listening to this, you are here. This is where you are. You cannot retroactively change that anymore. You cannot change that. You are where you are. You can change the next moment because you can stand up, you can walk away. But for now, you are here. And this is true for all of life as well. You are as fit as you are. You are as heavy as you are. You are as successful as you are, or as poor as you are, or as rich as you are. You are where you are, and you cannot change that right now. However, you can change it going forward. You can look back all you want and wish that you would have done more, wish that you would have spent your summer studying, wish that you would have worked harder or done whatever. Won't change a thing. Will not change anything. You're still here. Every time you go to bed, you can wish that things are different tomorrow, but they'll largely be the same. However, if you decide to do something about it now, if you decide to take just one step, things can get better. And maybe they won't be better tomorrow, but eventually, after a lot of going to bed and waking up, you will wake up to a different life, a better life. So understand this for this moment, and then understand that all you can do is in this very moment. You cannot do anything tomorrow. Tomorrow has not come yet. You cannot do anything yesterday. Yesterday is already set in stone the way it was. You cannot change anything about those events anymore. But now you have every opportunity in the world. You can do whatever you want. You have all the possible choices out there, given where you are. If you're on a boat right now, you cannot jump out of an airplane. There's just some things that are impossible. But given where you are, you have a lot of choices, a near infinite amount of choices available to you. And depending on what choice you make in this moment is where things will go. So to bring this back to how you can find yourself out of the situation and find your way to a better life, is you must pick something to do. It doesn't matter at this point what. And that's another thing people get very confused about. People always think that they have to do certain things to get out of it. And that's not true. You just have to do something. You have to see for your own self that your life can progress and that things can change. So the best thing to do is 5 minutes for one activity every single day. That's the best thing you can do. Now, if you want to, if you're motivated enough or disciplined enough or ready for it, you can do more. You can do more things or spend more time on it. That'll get you out faster, but it's not a requirement to get you out. And it really doesn't matter what it is. Try to pick something that you can progress in or towards, such as if you're picking up a hobby again and you spend 5 minutes in it, try practicing or growing or improving on it. If you want to work on your finances, try to make more money. If you want to work on your fitness, try to get fitter, right? Try to get something that has a progression process in it, I guess we'll call it. But pick one thing for now. I know you probably want to do more. You probably want to get your life out faster, but given your past, given your track record, most people are not ready for more. And that's okay. That's fine. Please, please, please allow yourself a break. Give yourself some relaxation. Don't try to do it all at once. If you're in a shit spot right now, you're not ready for more and you don't need to be. You don't need to get yourself out tomorrow. It's hard, I know it is. But you just want to take one step at a time. You may not think it's enough, but as long as you stick with that one step, I promise you it will be. I promise you that. But you just have to stick with that one step. If you can't believe in yourself or can't believe in a process, believe in me if you can't do that. If you can't believe in me, then just, it can't get any worse. If you're already in a crappy spot, what do you have to lose by trusting me? Please give yourself the chance. If you want some real numbers, 5 minutes of something every single day for the next 90 days. If you haven't seen any improvements in that area, and if you do not feel any better about your life back then, I will do something. Don't know what yet. Comment down below if you have done this and things haven't gotten better. If you're honest about it, I don't know, I'll give you a free coaching call. I'm that confident in it that something will change. But please give yourself the honest try. Too many people try too much that they're not ready for. You see this with New Year's resolutions all the time. And if you're in a shitty spot, then trying something and failing after a while is so much worse than just making very slow and steady progress. It may not seem like much. It's probably not going to. But in a month, in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you will look back and see some progress. Now to the question, what do you pick? Because that question comes up a lot as well. Again, it doesn't really matter. Ideally, I always recommend starting with something that's fun. And just spending 5 minutes a day in that. If you don't know anything that's fun, then my suggestion would either be meditation, 5 minutes a day, or alternatively, sorry, my phone is ringing a bit. I should have put that on silent before recording. Ideally, meditation or scheduling your time in a way. If you cannot do that, because that is quite a bit to do, then doing some physical activity. 5-minute walk outside. Ideally in nature if you have any around. That's it. Maybe that doesn't even seem worth it to you, but try it. Try to get something going. And as long as you do it every day, that'll help. If you want to do more, maybe I'll make another video about a list of good things to do later on. But for now, it really is not that important what you do. What's important is that you do it. Because to get out of a crappy situation, you have to try to work on it. Now, if you're one of the more motivated people, if you really want to get out quickly and are committed, and if you can hold yourself accountable, what you can do is you can look at what would actually get you out of that situation. What is your limiting resource right now? Is it your confidence? Is it your financial situation? Is it your health? Do you know how to get yourself out of that situation? If not, maybe the next step is getting some help. If you do, then take that step. Improve a little in your work to get some more finances. Improve a little bit on your health. Try some things. And if you have actually no clue other than all of these things I just said, then just look it up online. There's so many tips of good things to do. You'll find them very, very quickly. But pick one thing, do it, try to do it every day. And then the last thing to get out of this crappy situation that you may be in is to change how you talk to yourself. You can do this. Things can get better. Things do not have to stay the way they are. Life is not that bad. You're an amazing individual. Whatever you need to tell yourself. But have a better internal dialogue. Repeat some of these thoughts. Maybe that's the thing you can commit yourself 5 minutes to a day. Just changing your thoughts and how you talk to yourself. There's various psychological reasons for why that works. Self-fulfilling prophecy, confirmation bias, and a lot of other things. But for now, just try to really implement that. And of course, there's a ton more that goes into a topic like this. But I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible. So that you only have to do 5 minutes a day. Because for a lot of people, this will already be a big ask. I would love to go into this topic more. If you have any questions, please do comment them down below. I will go deeper into this or make some follow-up videos because this is an important topic that needs to be discussed. And I just want to say you can get out of nearly any situation, and the ones you can't get out of, it's pretty apparent. If you are still living, if you are still struggling, if you're still trying, if you're still miserable, in fact, that means you're miserable because you haven't given up yet. So believe in that part of yourself. Believe that you can get out. Try to do something consistently. And in 90 days, I promise you a change will happen. May not be a big one, but it will be noticeable. From there on, you can make a second change and a third. And within a year, your life will be very, very different. I hope this helps. I hope I didn't babble too much or talk too much around the point. I hope you got something out of this. Do not give up on yourself. That's important, and try it. You have nothing really to lose. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.